Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about my week because I didn't film anything at all today. Like I literally just chilled at home, so I just wanted to come on here and just talk for a long minute. I want to talk about my week. I was off for like 3 days from work, so it felt good just to sit and just chill and hit the reset button. Like, sometimes you just need a break from everything. That's what I got. I had a good reset. So I did say I wanted to talk about my birthday cake and how I felt like it was rushed. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, I don't want to seem like a person that is like too picky, but I know where my standards lie with skills up to here, but like my expectations is up here, but my expectations when I see what I see is down here. That's a big gap. That's a problem. When I ordered my cake, I placed my order 2 weeks. 2 weeks in advance. Okay? 2 weeks in advance. Communicated with the girl. I was happy that I showed her what I wanted and stuff like that. What I asked for, what I got. Okay. But yeah, I sent her the picture of my cake and everything. Communication was cool. Like, after I placed my order, like, I ain't hear really anything from her for like a whole like week and a half. On Vlogmas day 4, like, I texted her and I was asking her questions like, oh, okay, when's my final payment supposed to be in? What time do you want to pick up the cake? Gotta. My birthday get here, right? I sent her my final payment early in the morning, and she texted me around 1 o'clock was supposed to be the drop-off time for her to drop off my cake to me. So around 11:30-ish, between 10 o'clock 11:30, she texts me and says, oh, like, I have to get a bigger box for your cake, so I won't be able to make the 1 o'clock drop off. I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's cool, like, because I'm not doing anything. Like, I literally was just at home, just doing what I was doing. Y'all seen in Vlogmas day 7. Like, okay, you can take whatever time that you need. Like, I'm not in a rush. She was like, oh, okay, thank you. And it's then 3rd. So 1 o'clock go by. I already knew I wasn't gonna get my cake. 2 o'clock go by. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's 2 o'clock. Like, how much longer do you need to go get a box? So she didn't drop my cake off until like 3 o'clock. So when she told me she was outside, I went to go get my cake. I was happy for my cake. I almost cried because it was like, I told y'all, like, I haven't had a birthday cake personally in so long. So I was happy for the cake. I was looking at first glance, I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's pretty. And then part of me in the back of my head, someone was talking to me like, girl, you critiquing this cake as you're looking at it. Even though you like it, you critiquing it. You critiquing it just a tiny bit. And I was. I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. I was looking at everything like, okay, like, all this glitter, like, it looked like you just rushed to put everything together. After my siblings sung me happy birthday and stuff like that, I zoomed in on the cake. I zoomed in, like, all right, like, I'm a detailed person. Like, I pay attention to so much detail. Like, when I tell y'all, like, there were certain things I wanted on this cake that I wanted to stay on the cake. And what was really on my cake, I should never got glitter on my cake. Anywho, like, I'm looking at my cake. I'm looking at the strawberries on my cake because I had alcohol-infused strawberries. I'm looking at them. I'm like, you know, a fresh strawberry, their leaves will be like a little bit more straighter, a little more stiff. When I tell y'all, my cake had strawberries with crunchy leaves on it. Withered leaves on my cake. What the fuck is that, ma'am? I thought these strawberries were a little bit, you just bought these from the store. These look like they've been in your refrigerator for like a week or so. Anywho, after I see that, I take a much more better look at my cake. It was supposed to be a pretty nice 2 even layer cake, y'all. Part of my end was leaning over because the strawberry was sitting on it. It was like it was about to get ready to roll over and stuff like that. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, first of all, these strawberries look like they old. I understand strawberries come in different sizes, but man, baby, like, at least make some of the strawberry sizes a little bit consistent instead of just throwing whatever size you want on it. This is just look real ghetto. It just looked like it was thrown together. Like it was rushed. Like, I'm looking at the ice and it looked like it was still warm at that when she brought it to me. Like it was still warm. Like, even if you did have it make the cake the same day, at least let it cool in like the refrigerator or something. Like, my cake looked like it was still warm, and that's why everything was leaning, because she rushed to put everything on there. And then she gave me another box that had like my little happy birthday tag on it that wasn't even on the cake, like, and that had like a whole bunch of glitter and stuff on it. It seemed like she kind of rushed and just put that in the box and hurry up to give it to me because I paid her everything. I liked my cake, but I didn't like my cake, like, if that makes any sense. I liked it, but I didn't like how rushed it felt when you already had 2 weeks to make it. But I felt like you made it in one day. Like, that's how I truly felt. I felt like she rushed and made my cake in one day. Like, I just felt like you rushed to make it. Like, granted, I only paid like $75, and that's including the delivery fee, but no. But I paid her like $80 in total. So, an $80 cake, and that's what my cake turned out to be. You honestly do get what you pay for. And then also, when she sent me a picture of my cake, y'all, she put a filter on it. If you gotta put a filter on my cake, and when I take a picture that's unfiltered, and you gotta put a filter on my cake to make it look better, if you gotta filter something for it to look good, you should opt. I think I was just too caught up in the moment of having a birthday cake to even realize you put a filter over that goddamn picture that she sent me. Am I upset? Do I regret it? No, because I was happy for my cake. I'm just saying, like, I'm a person that if I critique my goddamn self, I'm gonna critique you. Like, and no, I didn't shout her out on any of my social medias or anything like that. I thanked her for her services. She has all her money. And would I do business with her again, cake-wise? Nope. I would go with somebody else. And does that sound very stuck-up-ish? No, it doesn't. It just sounds like I want what I want. Because I honestly was willing to pay any price for my cake. Hey, it's my birthday. I'll pay any price for a nice-looking cake. But, honey, no. Yeah, that was that. But other than that, my coworkers got me a nice birthday card. One of my coworkers, she watches me on here. So, hey girl, how are you? I know you're gonna comment a little bit later. But yeah, like, I literally have been in like a good space. Like, I haven't overthought anything. Like, I literally just been in a nice, calm state of mind. Just growing up, just to reach 26 years old is amazing. Especially living in fucking America. Everybody knows America is bullshit. These last 4 years has been bullshit. Like, even this year just put the icing on the cake. I feel like I'm at a space now where I really grew into my, like, even from my video I just posted, like, me looking at that vision board, I think that I grew into myself so much. Like, I grew, like, I always say, like, I have to grow up one day. I say it jokingly because I'm a jokester. I still like watching cartoons. I still like coloring books and stuff like that. But I also knew, like, I had to, like, grow up to be an adult one day. And I feel like, okay, like, I'm not in my early 20s anymore. Like, me being 25, I'm not in, like, my mid-20s anymore. Well, I'm at the end tail of my mid-20s. That's what I feel 26 is. And when I turned 27 in 2021, like, that's the end of me being in my 20s. I'm going into my 30s, and that's a whole different transition that I'm not even trying to think about right now. Like I'm happy where I'm at. Like, I'm happy that I'm growing and blossoming into my own individual person. Because, like I said in my video last, I didn't know who I was. I didn't have, and I just didn't know who I personally was. And I'm glad that I figured out who I am and what I want to go towards and what I want to work for. So, do I have to put in all the extra work? Hell yeah, I do. I have to work very hard. I have to push myself 10 times harder. I really do. I have to push myself like I did when I was 20, 21, and 22. Like, I have to push myself that hard. Because if you would have met me at 21, if you would have met me at 2021, even 19, when I tell you I was working, going to school, and like my schedule, okay, because you can say I'm a college dropout. I only did like one semester, but I was trying to figure out how to reset my schedule for me to go back to take my other classes. And my advisor, he just never was in his goddamn office, and I wasn't about to be the person standing in that goddamn long ass line in the administration office to get I wasn't about to do it. So I started working, and I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? Like, what do I want to do? Because out of high school, I did not know what I wanted to do. Like, college was pushed and shoved in my brain so bad to the point where it's like, okay, like, I just left out of school. Now I got to go back to school. And when I went and I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted to, like, I didn't get in trouble for leaving class whenever time I wanted to. Like, I didn't have to go to class if I didn't want to. Like, I'm free to do whatever. I did whatever I wanted. And that was not good for somebody who had a set schedule, who couldn't do everything that she wanted to do, and now I'm out in the world doing whatever the hell I want to do. Look, that was a mix for disaster. But anywho, like, after I dropped out of that, I started to feel like, okay, like, what do I want to do? And I liked doing nails. Like, that was like a hobby that grew into something that I wanted to do. So I was, at the time, 19, 20, going to nail school and then working at a convenience store. Like, literally, I was working third shift at the convenience store and doing, like, day school for a full-time student in school and working full-time. Third shift, I literally, okay, this was my schedule. I would wake up at like 5, 6 in the morning. Get on one bus to go across town. Get off that bus, walk like at least 10 minutes from that last bus stop to get to school. Be at school because I would get there at like 7:30. I would always get there like 30 minutes early. Get there at 7:30. Be at school from 8 o'clock all the way until 3:30, like 3:30, maybe 4. Rush to the bus stop, like, and it was a long walk too, like, from where my school was and where the nearest bus stop was for me to get on the bus. Walk from there to that bus stop, get on the bus, and it was an hour bus ride for me to get back and forth to work. Like, an hour bus ride, that's the only time I had to take a nap. Like, literally, that hour bus ride from school to work was my nap time. I had to be at work at 5 o'clock. And working, and that's 5 o'clock in the evening. So I get to work, it literally hits 5 o'clock. So I clock in right in there. So 5 o'clock, from 5 to 1 in the morning. That was third shift hours. Sometimes didn't get home until like 2 o'clock because we're trying to clean the store, because we had to lock up for the first shift to come in and do what they need to do. So from 5 o'clock to 1 a.m., sometimes 1:30, 2 o'clock. Get home, literally have to shower and everything, and literally only have 4 hours of even sleep just to get back up around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to do that all over again. When I tell you, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I got it done. Like, the drive that I had because I wanted it that bad was something crazy. Like, I had tunnel vision for what I wanted. Like, I knew that's what I wanted, that's what I wanted, that's what I wanted, that's what I wanted. And now, at 26, it's like, baby, where that motivation go? Where that drive go? Where that passion you had go? Like, where it go? Like, it just up and disappeared on me. And I just don't, like, I'm literally trying to find it again. I'm sorry that I'm looking everywhere else. Y'all know I work security, and I'm trying to pay attention to everything else that's going on. But I don't know where that drive that I had went. Like, it just up and left. Like, up, left, and went away. Maybe because, like, trying to start from ground zero to build something is so freaking hard. Even with YouTube, like, it's kind of like the same difference, because I did have and went to school for licensed esthetician and licensed nail technician. Like, I have had those 2 licenses before, and I worked my ass off. Like, I worked my ass off for those, like, money and all. Like, times when I was in school, I didn't have money to even get lunch. Like, I was literally working off of tips, because I had quit working at one point because I wanted to just strictly go to school and finish school. Like, that was like where my heart was. I'm like, if anything, like, I can always come back to this job, but this school thing, like, I don't want to have to start all the way over. Like, okay, I took a 6 months hiatus from school just to have money to get back and forth to work. And then when I realized, like, okay, like, this job is helping me, but I still feel unfulfilled. Like, I started something and I didn't finish. Like, I want to finish this. So I'm like, like, this job will be here when I get back. And that's what I thought. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just quit. So I quit and moved in with my oldest sister. And then I asked her, like, can I move in with you so I can so I can go back to school? And she said, yeah. So I was living with her until I got done, finished with school. There's times when I had to walk to school from her house, and it was like literally like over like a 6 mile, 5 mile, 6 mile walk back and forth from her house, and nobody knew that I was walking to and from there. Like, I will walk every day. Sometimes some of my classmates, they'll drive me home. Sometimes they'll drive me to the nearest bus stop if I had money, if I asked, or they'll offer. Like, it's been times when I would literally go and sit outside because I didn't have money to eat at lunch, and I didn't want to just sit in there to make it seem like I wasn't eating anything. Like, and I wasn't. Like, I was literally working off of tips, and I had to save my tips to at least go and get lunch from the little restaurants that are around to get back and forth home to school. Like, my drive and my passion and my motivation was that freaking strong. Even when it came down for me to take my test, like, I live in Cincinnati, and the testing site to get our licenses in Columbus. I literally booked a megabus. I booked my own hotel, and I paid for my license. So I had to do that twice for each license that I had. Like, I did that by myself with my own money. Like, I didn't ask anybody to help me with anything. Like, and I'm still proud of me. Like, forget that. Like, I'm still super proud of myself for making that big, for that accomplishment. Other than graduating high school, I can say, like, that's one of the biggest accomplishments that I made in my life. And I did that on my own with nobody else's help but my own. And I feel like so bummed out that I'm not putting my licenses to use. Like, it makes me upset. It makes me upset at myself because I felt like the beginning process of even owning your own business or even starting some kind of entrepreneurship is already kind of hard when you feel like you don't have so many people that support you. Like, and that's what I felt like I didn't have. I didn't have too many people that were actually supporting me. Like, I felt like, okay, yeah, like it's like an Instagram meme that I seen. These are the likes that you get, but this is the actual support that you get. And that hit me real hard when I seen it, because it was like, this is true. When I posted that I finished school, when I posted that I had got my license and stuff like that, I had got so many, oh, congratulations. But when it came down to me actually wanting to put in work and do the work, like, where's y'all at? Like, y'all telling me congratulations, but where y'all at? Like, hello? Like, come on. Like, even a share of my work would have done me good, done me justice. But dang, it just hurt. Like, for real. Like, it literally made me unmotivated. And then also too, with personal life, personal things that I was also going through at that time, with trying to build myself up to be a licensed nail tech, to try to use my esthetician license. Like, already personal stuff on top of that, what I was going through, like, really put me in a hole. And I can honestly say I felt like I went through a depression, like a silent depression. I felt like I went into a very dark hole, and nobody really knew because I didn't talk about it. Like, it was more so an internal thing. Like, I didn't express it because nobody honestly asked. Because I felt like if somebody would have asked, I would have spilled it all. But right now, I'm in a moment in my life where I dug myself out of that hole, and I climbed out looking at myself like, look, you are stronger than what you may feel about yourself right now. You have value. Like, I had to take a real good, strong look in the mirror at myself. Like, and some people can't do that. Some people can't turn the mirror around to look at them, to see them, I don't want to say mistakes, but to see the flaws in themselves and say, I am flawed. I do have issues. I do have things I want to work on, and I want to change my life for that. Some people are not even strong enough to do that, but I was strong enough to do it, and I'm proud that I did it. Like, honestly, even my family didn't know I was going through a silent depression. Like, they didn't know, like, because I wasn't the type of person to express that. Like, I want to say shout out to my little sister, because even though she gets on my nerves, she's one of the people that honestly I felt like saved me in some kind of way. Like, she did. Like, it was times when I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want phone calls. I didn't want text messages. I just wanted to be left alone. I'm sorry, y'all. That scared the hell out of me. We was getting real deep, boy. But anywho, I did want to shout out my little sister, because it was moments in time where I did not want anybody to talk to me. Like, I didn't want phone calls. I didn't want text messages. I just wanted to sleep all day. Whenever I got a phone call, I'd be annoyed. It's like, why are you talking to me? Leave me alone. She was not having none of that. I don't know if she even know that she saved me, to be honest. Like, she don't even know that she did, because she literally called me every day. Even if I ignored her calls, she called me every day. Even if I didn't text her back, she texted me or called me every day. Like, she was on my ass. I don't know what she was like. You about to talk to me. Like, I don't know what. I don't know. Like, still to this day, I don't know. But shout out to my little sister. I love her to death. That's my baby. We grew to be so close. Like, literally, I was just on the phone with her, on my way here. In some odd, crazy, universal way, she saved me. And I'm so and I love her for that. And I know she probably gonna watch this, and I hope you watch this, Caitlin. You know I love you. She know I love her. And yeah. But y'all, like, I want to find that motivation that I had back. Like, I want that back from me. Like, I want that drive, that passion, that driving, that passion that I had before. I want that back. I'm claiming that for my 2021. I'm claiming that I push myself hard like I used to, like tunnel vision drive. Like, if you're not for me, you're not for me, get out my way. That's how I feel. Like, if you're not for me, you're not for me, get the fuck out my way. Like, if you're not gonna be in my corner, if you're not gonna be by my side, if you're not gonna be like, look bro, you're fucking up, get this shit correct. If you're not gonna be that person for me, get the fuck out my way, because I am not playing with myself or with nobody motherfucking else. Like, I'm not. Like, and that's the realest that I can be with myself. Like, I have to be that real and raw with myself, because ain't nobody gonna tell me how to feel and what to do. You can advise me and I can take your advice when I ask, but who else is gonna help me besides me and the universe and God? Who else is gonna help me? Not nobody. So I gotta do this. 2020 taught me enough. Like, it's 2020 taught me enough. 2020 taught me a whole shitload. It taught me just enough about myself to be like, look, baby, what are you doing? You should know yourself better. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. You know what you can do. Like, you know you. I'm not playing at all with me, with whatever situation that I got going on, with what I strive to, what I want. I am not playing for this next coming year. I'm not the type of person that plans for anything, but I am planning for my life to be so much better. There's a quote that's on my phone, and I'll put it on the screen here, that says, in 2 years, I see my life differently. Like, I do myself that ultimatum. By 28 years old, Nettie, you should not even be where you at right now. And I'm telling you now, and I'm telling myself that now. I do not want to be where I'm at this moment. I do not want to be where I'm at right now. I want to be further. I want the utmost best of the highest standard I can go for myself. And that's real. But I'm going to quickly edit this so I can put this up for Vlogmas Day 11. And I'll get back with y'all tomorrow for Day 12. Y'all have a good night.